Akash INTI, the real reflection of you. On my side over here, I'm getting ready for, well, a lot's going on. Trip to Miami. Just finished up a trustees report that I've been working on for a little bit over a month now. Everything from like the data collection all the way to the final report. The meat and bones of it, right? And I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about that. It's given me the opportunity to use skills that I haven't used in some time. And not only skills, but tools, it's really, really beautiful. It's pretty wild that I'm getting ready to travel right now as well. I'm kind of itching for it to some degree. The other parts of me is like, yeah, it's just like, no big deal. But it has been some time since I've traveled last, obviously COVID. I feel content. I've been productive in what I've been doing, not only for myself, and obviously my own business, but for my family, for a few of my brothers across all different, organizations, right? And I've just gotten a lot of things done, it's just been hitting lots of goals for myself, right? Everything that I've set out to myself. But then also enjoying it, in a way that's kind of like, I don't feel pressured. Like, that's not true. I don't feel pressured in a way of like, like I want to scream and I don't want to do it anymore. It's like I feel pressured in an excited way, actually. Like, yeah, I feel pressure and there's like that sense of stress, but it's like good stress, right? It's like I created this for myself, right? It's like, I created a self-imposed deadline and I almost set this up for myself, but I really enjoy it. It's really, really fun. And it gives me the opportunity to see what can I do, what's am I able to put together, given this. So it's quite interesting to me. I skipped my Twitch session today, Twitch Thursday, largely due to this report that I've been putting together. I can't even remember how many hours I put into it, but definitely over. Last I counted a couple, like maybe the beginning of last week was like around 15, maybe 20. This week I'd say maybe around that same amount, maybe a little bit more. I'd say probably around that same amount, so maybe around like 40 hours on this. Again, I haven't really counted because it's not of importance to me, though. Perhaps there is some value in counting the number of hours that I put towards the report itself, but nonetheless, that's kind of what's occupying my mind right now. That's not kind of what's occupying my mind. That is what's occupying my mind right now. Did a little bit of shopping, like clothes shopping as well for the trip to Miami. I picked up a couple things that I had wanted to for some time, and so it's cool to finally to have them, and to sport them more than anything. That's one thing I appreciate almost about like my fashion is like how it evolves over time, right? It's like I'll pick up a piece here during this season, or like maybe a whole outfit during each season, and then I retire a bunch of them as well, right? Because my taste changes over time. And yet at the same time, it's I like that I can like grow into certain things, right? Because at one certain time in my life, it's not like I'm like, I know every single outfit that I'm ever going to wear in all the different occasions, right? That's not how it works. But it's like through time, it's like, oh, this type of thing could work here, whatever, and I like being able to like acquire certain pieces and even trade them, Sometimes I'll just give things away. I'm sure on this trip, maybe I'll find something to give away to someone, right? I don't know who. Because that's kind of how it goes around, there's quite a few pieces in my collection that have come to me as a result of gifts, right? And so pay it forward, Nonetheless, I'm breathing. That's one thing I've come back to. The other thing is just remembering and reminding myself, especially when I put myself under periods of like lots of intense stress, reminding myself to eat. That's one thing I completely have forgotten is like eating this past like 2-3 days. Like I think I had like ate twice, maybe 3 times. um, completely just like skipping out on eating, and then it leads to irritability, or maybe not irritability, but it's like then I like get that sense of anxiety, and it's like, okay, well, why did you add this extra layer into this whole equation? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's like, oh, well, if you can do it all like then you're fine for, I don't know. I don't know what I'm preparing for when I'm preparing for something like wildly intense, it feels like. And yet at the same time, I know that I can get it done, and it's enjoyable to make sure that, or I don't know, maybe there's some like type of thrill aspect to it, but I also like work a little bit better while I'm not like necessarily digesting, especially when I'm like really like, all right, I'm trying to focus. Also like, this is so funny, about making sure to shower too, right? Like, dude, that's like just all the basic essentials of like taking care of like the human being, the organism that I am, just goes all out the window. Or at least it did in this particular instance. Sleep was the exception. I made sure to catch up on my sleep, and get my sleep. So, I'll see you guys soon. Keep up, thrive, stay sexy.